You've said quite openly that what you'd like to see happen now is for Britain to rejoin the EU. What sort of plausible routes to that happening do you foresee, and what role do you think Labour should be playing in that?
Well, I can understand what I think is the position that the Labour leadership, which itself has disagreements, the position that they have come to. They've said, well, we're not really, Jeremy Corbyn's I give Europe 7.5 out of 10. We're not really very keen on Europe. We're part of it. We're there. It's not what really concerns us. But we were for remaining. Let's be practical. Jobs, better for people. Now we're out. We accept the referendum result, and we'll get cracking. We need to go about all the things that we need to do. Give people jobs. Get a grip on British industry. Get rid of all these PFIs and stop the financial services and ripping us off, and tax the very rich to help the very poor. And Europe, let the Tories fight it out. It's their fight, and they'll tear themselves to pieces on it. And if they do, and if it all goes very badly wrong, then maybe we'll say, oh, we can't accept a no deal. This is a catastrophe. We've got to stay within the general regulatory space. This is a space of government. We're not going to allow the extreme Brexiteers with their ultra deregulation and bringing in a sort of hormone-rattled American beef and destroying our agriculture. We're not going to allow that. So we need to stay within the general sphere of Europe. We're not against it. And if it all goes really pear-shaped, we'll support another referendum. And if there's another referendum, we'll say, let's stay in, and British people then stay in, and then we can get back into power, and we'll make if it's Brexit, we'll deal with that, and if it's not Brexit, we'll deal with that. And I can see that's quite a tempting way of not trying to take a risky position, not trying to lead. The danger of this is that Brexit is an expression of a very dangerous force, which is nationalism, which can be a force for good, and it can be a force for great ill, and very divisive and very violent. And it's about who we are as a country, what kind of country we want to be. It's not just a matter of policy. And the way I've been putting it in the book, and now in some articles I've been writing about it, is this, that Jeremy Corbyn and Corbyn's Labour Party have been very good on the tangible issues of we've just seen this on the 55p a minute for for ringing up, trying to get universal healthcare, your universal sort of benefits. They've been very good on the issues, the moral and human issues that people understand are completely wrong or completely unfair. But in addition to the tangible, there are these intangible forces which work. Like, who is governing us? How are we? What kind of country are we? Where is our standing in the world? And these affect, if you like, the capacity of a party to become hegemonic in the way that Thatcherism was, or you could argue in the way that Attlee was. In other words, to set the terms within which policies are then carried out. And Brexit directly affects what kind of country we are and how we want to run ourselves. And it does so in a 21st, it's there in the 21st century. We can't go back to a kind of Keynesian, let's have a bit of growth, moderate, improve, get capitalism working. We've got platform capitalism, we've got the great American corporations like Google, we've got a sort of a network dynamism taking place, and this is doing so on a continental as well as global scale. So Labour needs to actually address this, to be seen as, and for people to feel that it's actually dealing with these issues. Now the Tories at the moment under May have clearly just collapsing, so everybody can feel that they're absolutely no good and we need something better. But there remains the danger that a Brexiteer, a Michael Gove, if you will, perish the thought, but a Michael Gove who is clear, who is articulate, who will take these issues by the throat and will try to make a fist of Brexit, addressing those terms. And the country is in a very febrile state. They want these issues to be dealt with. And if there's a Brexiteer who shows a serious ability to deal with the tangible and is clear and coherent on these intangible defining issues, then a Labour attempt to sort of shuffle back into Europe without really making it a priority for it could well fail. So I think that while I understand the care with which they've consolidated their current position to let the Tories implode, if you will, Labour will need to come up with real answers about what kind of country we are. And I hope it will say we should be, at the very least, a confederation of nations, that England should be in an equal position to Scotland and to Wales and to Northern Ireland, if Northern Ireland doesn't want to join Ireland as a whole, which it will do eventually, that's clear, and it's inscribed in the Good Friday Agreement, and that we want to put, the precious union of Great Britain, one state, behind us, that's what I call an empire state, then to move on to that, to get rid of the House of Lords, to have proportional representation, to become, if you like, a modern European democracy and be capable with a constitution based upon a convention process, based on the popular processes that are national, as you rightly say, to be able to share what we can share and want to share with other countries in Europe as a European country.